Here at HobbyMaker, we love seeing what you've been making, and it's our job to keep you inspired. So how does a £100 credit to your HobbyMaker account sound? Every month, we're going to be giving away a £100 credit to one lucky HobbyMaker's account. And all you have to do to enter is simply send a photo of your craft you makes to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. We will be picking one winner each month at random, and we'll announce the lucky winner on air in the 5 PM show on the last Saturday of every month. So what are you waiting for? Get crafting, get motivated, and get inspired with HobbyMaker.
It couldn't be easier to watch HobbyMaker. You can join us on Sky, Freeview, on our website or on YouTube, so you can watch at home or on the go.
Are you having trouble finding the perfect gift? Then why not treat them to the new gift card from HobbyMaker at hobbymaker.co.uk. Simply scroll down to the bottom where it says gift cards, click and you'll be taken to the right place. Decide between posting the card or delivery by email, and then decide how much you want to add. You choose the value. So what do you get the crafter that's got everything? Why not treat yourself or them to the HobbyMaker gift card? Wakey, wakey, hello, good morning. There's me saying wakey, wakey to you. I've got to say wakey, wakey to myself.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Dave.
Wake up, wake up. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Wake Up with HobbyMaker. It's just after 6 o'clock in the morning. You've got Pee-wee for breakfast.
Hello.
Lovely Auntie Pauline's here, and we've got a couple of Hunkydory shows and a couple of launches to get your Thursday underway this morning. So a great couple of hours ahead. The way we work, just to let you know, we're here till 8 o'clock, then Sewing Street and Jewellery Maker take over until 1, and then we're back with our afternoon slice of HobbyMaker between 1 and 6. We do that every weekday at the moment. Things are changing. Stay tuned for more information. Exciting news coming very, very soon about how HobbyMaker is extending its hours through the day. So we'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. Now, I'm Dave, if we've not met before, Dave Bradford. This is lovely Pauline Wheeler with a Hunkydory hat on today. Can I just explain to you what we do in the first show of Wake Up with HobbyMaker is give you a little bit of a gentle ease into the day and give you an opportunity to maybe win a little bit as well and have a bit of fun. So what we're going to do, we're going to give you the chance to win your basket. So if you buy anything in the show between now and 7 o'clock, you stand the chance of actually winning that back, and we announced the winner of that just before 8 o'clock this morning. So whatever you spend between now and 7, you could get back as a credit on your account. So that could be you. So just buy something in the show and that qualifies you to go into that draw. Also, we have a bit of fun with an early morning anagram. Now this is actually, took me a little bit of time to work this one out this morning.
Oh.
This is actually a product that is in the show, or a brand that is in the show that's going to come up as an anagram. So if you do your little countdown bit and rearrange the letters and make up the correct word, you stand a chance of winning £25 credit on your account, and we'll announce that winner before 7. We'll probably close the emails around about 10 to 7 to get a chance to put everyone into the draw, but you could win a £25 credit if you can sort out this anagram, okay? So, and then send your answers to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk, and then at random, one person will get drawn who's got the correct answer. So here comes your Thursday morning anagram: raffle, shove, topmost.
Wow.
That is quite a tricky one.
It is. I mean, now does that mean that it is 3 words, or could that be all one word? Can we just verify?
It could be 3 words,
it
2
could
words,
be
4 words.
It could be anything.
Yeah, but rearrange them. The hint is it's a brand that is in the show, okay? And bearing in mind it's HobbyMaker, and it's Hunkydory. So think about the brands that are within the Hunkydory name and shuffle them around. If you get that right, you could be in with, well, you will be in the chance of winning £25.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what was it again? Shovel, topmost. No, raffle, shove, topmost. There we go. Raffle, shove, topmost. Write that down. And if it doesn't come to you straight away, just have a jiggle around with those letters and you could win £25 credit on your account. Okay, now, what have we got for you this morning? We have got one of my favourite stamping techniques. I love these. Layering stamps, whether it be a tree, whether it be a bear, whether it be a bird in this case, it just makes them look real. It makes them look like photographs. because you add different layers of ink to different stamps, and then the more layers you add, the more lifelike the image appears to be. And this is a brand new launch from For the Love of Stamps from Hunkydory. You've got your woodpecker, you've got your blue tit, you've got your long-tailed tit, and you've also got your flowers and branches as well. 4 stamp sets that are on the website individually if you want them, but as a set, we're going to do you a really cracking deal to start Thursday morning off. Just look at that blue tit. It looks absolutely real, doesn't it? I mean, if I show you, let me just show you, let's just show you this one. This is the long-tailed tit. The idea behind it is you've got all of these stamps. The main block one, the kind of silhouette one, that's what goes down first and choose like a light colour. Then you add stamp number 2, which brings in
the facial features.
The facial features. Layer number 3 gives you a little bit of the bird's plumage. Layer number 4 adds a little bit more colour. And finally, layer number 5 with a different colour, you get the whole thing. It's
and what we're going to do as well, Dave, is something that we haven't done a lot of, is second generation stamping.
Okay.
So what it means is when you, first generation is what you ink up on your stamp and put down. Sometimes that can be a little bit dark for what you want. Excuse the voice, by the way, it's still
husky,
croaking away, but fine. It comes and goes. It goes high pitch.
On that chat line again.
And so second generation is when you want a just lighter version. So all we're doing is taking that top layer excess of ink off. I'm going to show you step by step.
Okay, and also, of course, you can go funky with it as well. You can go kind of Warhol-esque if you want to. Use psychedelic colours, bright colours to make it quite a kind of pop.
Yeah, we give you the options that Hunkydory have used for the samples.
Yeah.
But do you know what? These will be your stamps. You can do that woodpecker in any colour. Well, you can do a green woodpecker if you want.
Now, these are the boards that show you what you're actually going to be getting, and this is the little instruction sheet that comes on the back of the packaging to show you the colours that Hunkydory have used, and you can do those and recreate them, or you can go your own way. It's entirely up to you. So the woodpecker, first of all, is just there. So there are your layering stamps for the woodpecker. So layer 1, layer 2, they're all numbered as well, so you know what goes where. So that's the first one that you're going to be getting. And look how real it looks when you get to the 5th or final stage. They look incredible, they really do. That's your woodpecker. The next one we've got for you, this one is the blue tit. I think it's one of my favourites.
It's fabulous, it really is.
And it's captured that movement.
Just like you said, Dave, the movement in the wings is amazing.
The swoop of it, absolutely gorgeous. There's your blue tit. Then we come on to this one, which is your long-tailed tit. And then the last one are the flowers and the foliage and the branches.
Now these aren't the only one on there that's layering is the branch.
Right.
So the rest are
normal
flowers
stage.
and leaves.
Okay.
But we'll show you those a bit later.
So maybe you've never tried this technique before.
Excuse me.
If you haven't, you're going to be blown away by it. I don't know anyone that isn't, to be honest with you. They are stunning stamps, and they give you, I mean, normally when you stamp any image, you stamp it in one colour normally, and then colour it in maybe.
Yeah.
But the actual stamps do it.
We're also used to stamping in a black or a grey outline, and then adding the colours to them. This does it all for you. So by using just ink pads instead of pens, so what pens? Watercolour pens, alcohol pens, am I using the right ink and everything? With this, you use your dye-based Prism ink pads, and away you go.
Now, normally, when we do an early morning show like this, we see the show repeated in the afternoon for our afternoon viewers. We haven't got this on later today. And the reason for that is I've just been told we don't have a massive amount of stock. So the early bird, literally, gets the worm this morning. There you go.
Oh, he's got that in.
GIHD, I didn't intend to say that. GIHD 41 will get you all 4 sets of these stamps. They are beautiful. Shall we show you the price we can do? They should be $9.99 each, so that should be $39.96. Okay, should be $39.96.
This is why he's Crafting Man of the Year, you know, just crafting and maths as well. We've got everything this morning.
You get 4 sets for $24.99, so you're only paying for 2.5 of them. How about that?
Oh my word, that is incredible price.
And look at the cards you can make. Look at the images you can create with your ordinary ink pads. I mean, I know a lot of people...
This is making you an artist.
I was going to say.
Not just a stamper.
Yeah.
an actual artist.
I don't know if you're a good colorist, whether you're a good painter, whether you love to color in with your pens or whatever, but a lot of people I know like it, but don't get good results and get frustrated by it. Just use your ink pads and the stamps, and that then does the art for you. And you've got that kind of almost three-dimensional effect from these birds. What a great way to start your Thursday. Getting these stamps on the way. If it's the first time you've ever used them, they'll blow you away. If you've already got a layering stamp, well, already I'm sure you are delighted with them. Alexandra in the West Midlands, Elaine in Lancashire, C in Devon, you're already coming in for these. We're thinking wildlife, we're thinking bird watching as we're coming into spring, aren't we? So
now you see that the round one there with the long tail tip, that immediately I know is using alternative colours.
Right.
So that has turned it into a different bird.
Right.
It could be a little wren or something like that, because they've used browns instead of the colour combination that has been suggested.
I've just been told lots of you have got the anagram. I'm surprised. It's quite a tricky one this morning, but lots of you have got it.
I haven't got it.
Lots of Hunkydory fans out there know exactly what that word is. Very busy for that. Get your answer in. You could win a £25 credit. Actually, that could pay for these stamps because it's £24.99. Yeah, you won't know whether you've won until the end of the show.
Oh, crikey, yes, that would cover it, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. Raffle shove topmost. What is that? It's a brand that's in the show from Hunkydory.
It is a hard one, that one today.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're coming in thick and fast for these. I knew you'd love them. With a £15 saving as well, which is fantastic. With us, it's always just 1 P&P for the whole day's orders. So from midnight to midnight, you pay no more than £3.95, no matter how many orders you put in. And talking of the inks, actually, that we were talking about, ink pads. We've got the deal still on the Prism ink pads from Hunkydory. This is brilliant. We've sold hundreds and hundreds of these. You get a whole set of 40. Every colour you could possibly wish in there. There are some limited edition colours that have been issued as well on top of these. But these are going to give you every basic colour you need. And these were released at the end of last year, weren't they?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New colourways for 2023. And not only do you get 40 of the ink pads, and these are water-based dye ink pads, okay, so you can do all your water effects with them and paint with them as well if you put them on your glass mat. You're also going to get your book. Now, the Book of Colour, or the World of Colour, this is all to do with what you can do with your ink pads, because I think a lot of people just think all you can do with an ink pad is put it on a stamp.
Yeah.
But
and this is a new book. This isn't the one, if way back we had the old set, and there was a book that went with that. This is a totally new set.
All the effects that you can create using these ink pads. Now, this is normally, as you see on the back there, £9.99. Look. We're going to give that to you today, included with the ink pads. Now, with the value of the book and what you should be paying for each ink pad, if you bought them individually and bought the book separately, it would be £129.59 for all 40 colours, okay? And remember, they're water-based dye ink pads, AOHD 15. Where are we going to go with this? I thought so. Wow, that is better than half price.
Again, to get 40 ink pads for that price is phenomenal. And just to show, if they are small, but they're not the tiny ones like the distress ones.
Yeah.
So these are quite ergonomic.
Ergonomic.
Thank you. Ergonomic design to hold as well.
I think these are the perfect size because they hold a lot of ink and they'll last you a long, long time.
Well, put it into perspective. I have still got the original ink pads.
And they're still going.
And they're still going.
Right.
So don't think these aren't going to last you forever.
Well,
these are.
We've got storage as well. If you go for the storage boxes that we've got in the show, they will fit in the storage boxes brilliantly. You can, in the smaller boxes, put 6 in each one. And we've got them available as sets of 3 at a really cracking price. There we go, look. So that's how neat they are. They fit perfectly in there. £7.99 for 3 of those boxes. So let's say you put 6 in there. So how many would you need? You'd need, so 3 would be...
They come in sets of 3, don't they? So...
Yeah, so that would be 18 in each. So you'd need maybe 2 sets and you'll have a couple left over, basically. Yeah. So perfect to store if you want those. £7.99 for 3 of those, and they lock closed.
You can fit a sandwich in there.
And chocolate.
You can fit a sandwich in there.
WSHD06.
Wouldn't need big, I'd need more depth and bigger for chocolate.
Okay, right. £7.99 for 3 of those storage caddies, and WSHD06 is the item number. We have also got one of the smaller caddies in the show. That's also available on the website too. But if you do want those inks, we're holding that price, that special offer price. That price for the inks, remember, is also on split pay. Split pay is from us as a company. We say, okay, just give us half today and then pay the next half in 4 weeks, but we'll ship the inks out to you straight away direct from Hunkydory, okay? So split pay makes it £29.99. Basically, first payment today, $29.99 plus your P&P of $3.95, and all these wonderful colours. You can see the colours from the top of the lids there. They're gorgeous. You've got your darks, you've got your brights, you've got your neons, you've got your kind of not pearlescent, you've got your kind of lighter tones as well, your pastel, that's the word I was looking for. All of that in there. All you pay today is that one payment of $29.99 today, and then a further payment of $29.99 in 4 weeks' time. And you're going to get that handbook, because I really do think, and I didn't realise how much you could do with the ink pads until I read some of the...
Loads.
Yeah, some of the projects in the book.
Absolutely loads.
Superb. So great value for money. Right, let's go back to the stamps. Treat yourself to those. Why not treat yourself to the brand new launch today? And this is the only show scheduled for these layering stamps. We've seen layering stamps before with trees and animals and things, but I don't think I've ever seen birds before. So this is a really great opportunity. You're really up early this morning. Great to hear that Jen's got it in Cheshire, Sally in Kent, Alexandra in West Midlands, C in Devon, Elaine in Lancashire's got it in a basket right now as well. You've got the long-tailed tit, you've got the blue tit, you've also got the woodpecker, and you've also got your branches and your flowers as well. All four should be $39.96. You're getting them for $24.99 today. Do you want to see how they work?
Yeah.
Oh, let's play.
Right, well, we're going to start with the long-tailed tit.
All right.
Because with this one as well, it can show you a little bit more colour layering.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. So on the back of the stamp set, you've got everything you need to know. So always with these, with layering stamps, you'd think that the dark one would be the final dark one. Mm-hmm. It isn't. That's your solid image. So you always start with the darker one with the lightest colour.
Yeah.
And that's the premise that...
Is the rule always go light to dark?
It goes light to dark in inks. Yeah. Dark to the lesser. You can see here, this one has got less dark than this one. Yeah. So you know that we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because they all are lighter and darker.
But the instructions show you what to use in what order.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So what it's showing here is for layer 1, we're going to use the Dove Grey ink. So I've got the Dove Grey ink here, but underneath it's got second generation stamping.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we've got an issue with your mic, so I'll just remind you of how you can order. If you're brand new to HobbyMaker, and there are brand new people every day that watch us for the first time, what I reckon is the best way of doing it is just dial our free phone number, 0800 001 4433. Give the call centre a call. They'll set you up an account free of charge. And it's a free phone number to our call centre in this building in the UK, okay? So it's not an overseas call centre, anything like that. Also, of course, the website. You can register there as well, which is hobbymaker.co.uk. All we need is an email address from you and then make up your password. I think you've been adjusted. I think my dress and my voice, it just wasn't working together. Right, so we've got Dove Grey. But underneath here it says, in brackets, second generation stamping. Yeah. So we'll start with that, okay? So I'm going to take my stamp, and I've got a piece of card here all ready, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to put it, we're just going to stamp, so, because what I'm doing is, I have got a card demo, but I just want to show you the how-tos, the techniques. To be honest, you don't necessarily have to make cards out of these. You could actually make wall art and pictures to put in frames. Absolutely. And don't forget about cutting them out, layering them up, making a collage picture. Make a mobile out of it. So we've got that on there, okay? So what I want to do is ink. So we're going all the way over. Now, when you first use a brand new stamp and you're using a dye-based ink, you can get what is commonly known as like a bobble, it hasn't done it properly. So you can alleviate that several things. One, you can get an eraser and just rub over it lightly. Oh, just a rubber? Yeah. Okay. Second, because sometimes you get like a silicone coating. Right. Or you can get some brand name sellotape, anything tape, washi tape, so whatever. Like a film sometimes that's on it. Just remove the film. Okay. Yeah. But also with second generation stamping, what you're going to do is, let's move that to the side. So you're using the Dove Grey from our ink collection today. Yes. This one. Yeah. So pop that down, press down, and we're going to just take off. Perfect image. Yeah, it is. Keep it. You can still do your other layers on there. So with any new stamps, just do a dummy run first on a bit of copy of paper or something
On
like that.
any new stamps. Never go onto your project with a brand new stamp.
Right.
Right, so now we're doing again, which is now our second generation. And
Much
you can
lighter,
see
yeah.
we've got that lovely light effect. It's there, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. It's like a ghosting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then the next one, it tells us we want layer 2, warm honey. And this is for the facial features. So we know that facial features, oh crikey. Facial features is this one here.
And remember, the colours they refer to on the instructions are the colours that you're going to be getting if you've either already bought the 40 inks or you're buying them fresh and new today. So if you want the stamps and the inks together, remember you can win your basket if you buy something in the show, but you could actually win that for nothing by the end of the show.
Yeah, so that is going to fit on. Now the thing is with layering, oh, it's joined to me. The thing is with layering stamps, you get a sort of reference point, and I've got the little bit of the beak there, but they don't have to fit exactly.
No.
Now this isn't second generation. This is straight in. Okay, so we go warm honey, and we do that.
Would you recommend a stamping platform for this?
Yes,
You would?
absolutely, 100%.
Well, if you haven't got one, we've got the Hunkydory one in the show.
Because I might want to go in and do that again with another layer of the yellow.
Right.
If I'm doing it with a block,
Good luck.
where do I match it?
Yeah.
So let's just press that down on there. Beautiful.
There's his face.
Okay. So then the next one is layer 3, and we're going petal pink, and this one is going to be.
And remember,
The
don't worry
body.
if you haven't got these exact colours. It doesn't mean you can't use the stamps.
Oh,
You can create your own.
absolutely not. No, you know, you can create your own, as was shown on there. So this is this one here, okay?
Yeah.
So what we've got is, we turn it round, you can see the point, if I bring that on there, the point is up there,
Yeah.
okay?
It's his belly bit.
Yeah. So, and then it goes properly on there like so.
I mean, you can really
I've
easily
got a
see-
shadow. You won't have studio lights. So I'm trying my best here with really bright lights over it. Okay?
I mean, it really is easy to see how to layer it up and how to position it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Now that you think, that's a bright pink to have on a bird, but it just looks so realistic. Okay, so this doesn't say second generation, but look how it's coming together.
It's come together well, isn't it?
Really is, and
I think they're so clever, these
they
things.
really make you look like an artist, which I'm all for that, anything for that. Now, layer 4 is Prussian blue, and we're going second generation again. So we know it's the one with more in, okay?
Yep.
Because always think, if it says something like charcoal, you're not going to need much of that.
No.
So that's usually the last one.
Okay.
So if you work on that premise, you're okay. Right, so let's pop that on there, just to get it lined up where I need it.
Isn't there some sort of program going on at the moment where people are being asked to watch the birds that come into their garden and record them, you know, write them down?
It
and stuff?
usually is a couple of times a year, I think. Right, so Prussian blue,
Might be Spring Watch or something like that.
Yeah.
Or an RSPB thing.
yeah. I'm very lucky that when I look out of my lounge window, I've got lovely trees. And because it's bare at the moment, I can see tiny, tiny blue tits all dancing around the tree. It's lovely.
And
Right.
my dad, bless him, he's not very mobile now. And he sits in his armchair most of the time during the day, just watches the birds. He loves it.
Right, so this one, if I'm right, says second generation stamping. So this one, it doesn't matter if you don't get it in the right place. All you're doing is taking the ink off.
Right. So you just
Okay.
get a lighter effect of it.
Yeah. But look, I mean, it's coming on anyway, so you probably still use it. It may not be the exact colourway birds that it was. But there we go. So we press that down now. Oh gosh, it's moved. I'm going to carry on. You get the drift.
Okay.
Okay. but it has moved. That total user error, not the stamps at all. Right, and then layer 5, we have this one. It's got 4 feet at the moment, but it's shadow, you know, artistic license. I can do it. The thing is with crafting, you can do anything you want.
Absolutely.
Who's going to know? So layer 5, we're not doing second generation. We're doing charcoal.
Yeah.
And although it looks like a full stamp, you can see where it's missing. So you're only going to get certain areas. That's what layering is all about.
And this is like giving you the outline now, the finishing touch, the last layer. There he is. Look at that.
Now, even though I've gone wrong, like the 4 feet, I mean, you know, we can get away with that. But you can see how beautiful it looks. And that pink now, it's so blended in.
Yeah. And if you try to do that with pens or a paintbrush or whatever, good luck. I mean, you're literally...
See, now we're showing a different colourway.
Yeah, exactly.
But it still looks amazing.
So you can make them pop arty and really funky and really jazzy if you want to, or make them traditional and true to the way they should be. I mean, that one's, again, using totally different colourways. Just experiment with the inks that you've got already. Or if you want to go with the inks that are referred to in the packaging of the stamps, then that's the Prism ink pads we've got for you in the show. And I'm so pleased that they are still on that special offer. And they have got, remember, split pay on them as well. So if you're maybe at the beginning of your crafting journey and you know you need some ink pads, you're not quite sure what the brand to go for, trust in Hunkydory and Prism. They're brilliant ink pads. They'll last you a long, long time. You heard Pauline say she's still got her original set from years ago and they're still working. And you get the handbook. So if you are new or you just normally use your ink pads for one thing and you think, oh, I don't really know how to use them to paint with, I don't really know how to use them to do funky backgrounds. So many techniques in the crafting handbook. That is $9.99. It's included with the ink pads if you buy the set of 40 today. Christine from Derbyshire's come in and she's got hers this morning. Hi, Christine. Thank you for getting up early. You could well win your basket. If you buy anything in the show, you've got about half an hour or less than that, about 25 minutes to get your orders in, and we'll do the draw for Win Your Basket during the show and announce the winner just before 8 o'clock this morning, okay, before Sewing Street and Jewellery Maker take over. And if you get the anagram correct, you've got about 20 minutes to get your answers into our anagram. It's a brand from Hunkydory in the show today. Rearrange the letters you're about to see. If you get it right, you could win yourself a £25 credit. And loads of you have got the correct answer already. Raffle, shove, topmost. Rearrange those letters. It doesn't have to be, it's not necessarily 3 words or 2 words. It could be more, could be less. But it's a brand from Hunkydory. Rearrange them and you could win yourself a £25 account credit to spend with us at any time you like. That's what we do first thing in the morning. Right, so we've shown you how to actually layer the stamps up. Remember, in the stamp set, just to remind you of what you get, you're going to get the blue tit, which I think is my favourite. If I just lift the board up so you can see it a little bit better. Look, there's the blue tit. Look at that. I just love the way it's captured the movement, the swooping, and the detail's phenomenal. And it's one of our favourite birds in the country, isn't it? And you've also got words on there, verses. Wishing you joy on your journey is the verse you get with that one. The next one is your woodpecker. Do we get woodpeckers all year round in the UK, or is it just in the spring and summer? I'm not quite sure. I tend to only hear them in the summer, but maybe they are all year round. Again, but you get all the stamps you need to do that fantastic 3-dimensional layering, and the verse you get on that one is knock knock, it's your day. Very appropriate.
I know a lady who had an apple tree in her garden, and all I could ever see was like sawdust all in the garden and holes all in the tree.
Brilliant. And this is the one that Pauline demonstrated, the long-tailed tit. Get that as well. And remember then, if you want something to put your bird on, you've got the layering branch. So the branch is layered in those different shades of brown. And then the other stamps aren't layering stamps, but you've got your flowers and your foliage there as well. Now, they normally are $9.99 each, and I do believe they are available individually on our website for $9.99. If you just want the blue tip, buy it for $9.99 plus your P&P. If you go for the set of 4, you're looking at $24.99. So you're paying for 2.5, but you're getting 1.5 of the stamp sets for nothing by buying the set of 4, which is brilliant. One of the individuals, should we show you details of the blue tip or woodpecker? Or? This is the blue tit. There we go. So the blue tit is AOHD 58. If you just want that, $9.99 plus your P&P today of $3.95. If that's the one that really jumps out to you, and I must admit it jumps out to me, they all do, but that one in particular is just gorgeous. The way that they've used it around the circular aperture, that's really good.
I think Anne-Marie showed how to do that, I think.
But of course, if you buy that at $9.99, you could have the whole set of 4 for just $24.99. So just over the price of a couple, you can get all 4 stamp sets from For the Love of Stamps from Hunkydory, GIHD 41. And Ellen's got one, Jen's got it, Sally's got it, Alexandra's got it. Elaine's putting it in her basket in Lancashire right now. It pays to get up early to watch our Wake Up with HobbyMaker shows. Great deals, great deals. Now also, talking of ink pads, the set of 40, that was a new collection for 2023. It came out towards the end of last year. But they also sometimes release limited editions. Now, these are not in that set of 40 at all. These are over and above. But they were released to go with a particular stamp set. But they're colours that you probably haven't got unless you've bought them before. Air Force Blue, Sea Green, Leafy Green, Chiffon, Toasted Oats, and Salmon. So they're gorgeous colours. These are pastel colours, most of them.
You're right, they were brought out to go with stamps that was with a paper collection as well.
Yeah.
But they are definitely limited edition, and I do know when these have all gone, they won't be bought back. So if you want this specific set that not many other people will have, you know, it is a beautiful set of colours.
I mean, that Air Force...
They will complement all the colours that you've got.
I mean, look at that Air Force Blue. It's a gorgeous blue, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
So there they are. Those are the colours that you can get today. Now, these are only $11.99.
Very much spring. Was it with? It might have been with a springtime collection we had recently.
But they're not in the set of 40. So if you're lucky enough to own the 40 and you want to have a little bit more variety, 6 ink pads for $11.99. That's £2 a pad.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know where these prices come from.
I know.
I really don't.
And you could win your basket just by buying something. One person every morning at the moment in the 6 o'clock show wins their basket. So whatever you've bought, we're going to pay for it for you if you get if you're the person that basically gets drawn out of the hat. And we announced that winner just before 8 o'clock this morning. So keep watching right the way through, at least until 8 o'clock. You could win whatever you spent in the show this morning. So $11.99 for those set of 6. Now, loads of you are going for these. I know hundreds of you literally have bought the set of 40.
They're a stunning set of colours.
So you're sorted with those. But if you haven't got these, maybe you didn't even know they existed. Mandy in Kent's just this second checked out. Hello, Mandy. Also, Leslie in the West Midlands is in for these as well. Another craft has come through for them too. We don't know your name, but thank you for ordering. You're going to get all 6 colours. Air Force Blue, Sea Green, Leafy Green, Salmon, Toasted Oat, and Chiffon. I mean, there's lots of lovely light colours, maybe for skin or animal fur, that sort of thing. Quite neutral colours, apart from the Air Force Blue. Really lovely. NWHD 81. Everyone's saying Air Force Blue is their favourite.
Yeah. And that Air Force Blue on craft card, we'll just alter it, but we'll ink it in a bit.
Okay. Oh, by the way, before we go back to another demo, I just want to show you, I forgot to show you this board. These are the colours you're going to get if you go for the set of 40, okay? It's difficult to obviously lift up 40 ink pads to show you, but there we go. All those colours are included in the set of 40 today, with the handbook, worth $9.99, included as well.
Can I just show you an ink pad? Because if you've not seen the Prism ink pads before, what colour shall I go for? Let's go teal, okay? These are a great size to hold.
Yeah.
They're bigger than the Distress ink Tinies, minis, and they're smaller than a bigger ink pad. You've got this shape on the side, which is good. We advocate putting a little bit of hook and loop on the back.
Yeah.
You can store then the colour that the pad, it's there all the time. Now, with the ink pads, you can see I'm covered in ink already, but they're not on a felted base, they're on a sponge base. So if I put my finger in, you can see it depresses, right? This is why you don't want, look at that ink colour.
Cool.
Look
how
at
juicy
that.
it is as well.
Look at that, I can't bend my finger. Hang on. Can you find me? Because I can't bend my, there we go. I'm going the wrong way. There we go.
You're not double jointed. There you go.
There we go. So you can see how juicy they are. Let me just wipe that. So this is why we advocate you don't press the, look, staying forever now. I've got all sorts on mine.
It's water-based, it'll wash off.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, just to explain to everyone, because ink pads vary in what they do and how you use them.
Yeah.
So how do you use these then? Or what can you do with them?
What can you do with them? You can ink with a blending tool.
Yeah.
So let's get. I tell you what, Dave. Let's have a piece of that craft card there for a moment.
We've got the blending tools in the show, by the way, and also the replacement pads, if you want some of those.
This is what I was saying about the Air Force Blue on there, right? Okay. We have got a blending mat on the show as well.
The silicone one?
I'm just going to do it on here, the silicone one.
Actually, this is a relatively new addition to the Hunkydory range.
It's lovely.
It is
That
great.
one is covered in glitter.
Yours
I
won't
don't
be.
know who's been playing with that, but it is covered in glitter.
And you can use your
Been
heat.
put away,
Oh,
not
it has,
cleaned.
look. Crikey, yours will not be sparkly like this. I don't know what's been going on.
That isn't a design element. That shouldn't be there.
Someone's been having a glitter party. That's A3 in size, perfect as a mat to work on, to use your inks on, but also you can use your heat gun as well. It's heat resistant as well.
It's heat resistant. You can
silicone.
use your glue gun on it. You can use your resins on it. You can use your inks on it. You can do any.
You can
and
wash
like
it.
You can put it in the dishwasher. You can put it in the washing up bowl. And it's great, and it's really, really, because you can screw it up and you can put it in any of your kit bags, it'll fold up.
Yeah.
So small, it's so portable.
And it protects your tabletop as well. So
Oh, absolutely.
only $9.99. Why DHD57? And you've got the Hunkydory logo on it as well, and it's in the Hunkydory colours.
Yeah.
But what have they been doing? What on this?
I don't know who's been using it. but
That's me covered now for the rest of
Yeah,
the day.
absolutely. Well, Crafting Man of the Year should be covered in glitter, shouldn't it?
True.
Right, so let's have a look. So we've got the blending tools on the show, and you can see, you know, the thing is a handle for picking up whatever. It's not for blending. Hold on to the block itself.
Yeah, hold the barrel.
Right, and then I like giving a twist on that, okay? And then what you do is, I'm going to put this down on there. If I go into blend, that's not too bad actually, but sometimes you'll just get a circle and you can't get rid of it then, that circle is there. Your leading edge, if you were right-handed, you'd be doing that way. The leading edge, take up, don't put on. And I'm not coming in from the edge, I'm going straight in. So when your leading edge is up, you can't have the circle, okay? So you blend it. But look at that colour on craft card.
Lovely, isn't it?
It's got craft card is so underrated. But on the other side, you've got a different shade of colour. So if I fold that, you can see the different colours. So you always have two options of what you want to use. So that's that on there.
Now,
lovely.
bearing in mind, lots of you have already got the set of 40 ink pads, and lots of you this morning are buying the set of 40 ink pads as well. We have on the website got the spare blending sponges, and they come in packs of 6, and you're going to get 6 packs, so 36 blending sponges. For refills, and you also get 2 daubers as well, and you get 3 ink pads with each tool. So you've got 2 tools, and then you've got your spare ink pads as well. All of that is available if you want it on the website, in the show right now, to obviously work alongside your Prism ink pads. And to put one of those daubers in the base of the ink pad is genius, because then you're never going to get the wrong pad or the wrong colour, and it protects your ink pads, and it just makes your projects even more effective. So if you fancy those, they're available in the show right now. Just give us a call, pop those in your basket, especially if you're going for the Prism ink pads. Treat yourself to new blending pads as well. So if you want those, what price are we doing on those, Andy, this morning? We're going to put the details up for that. Did you just get 2 packs of the refills? Because I've got 6 here.
Yeah, I think the packet.
Pack of 6 separate, I think.
Yes.
But if you go for the daubers, you're going to get 2 packs of refills, and then you get 2, 4, 6. You get 12 refill sponges plus the extra 6 you get with the actual tools.
Yeah, you get.
$13.97. There we go. And if you want more of the pads on their own, we do them in packs of 6. They're available as well on the website at hobbymaker.co.uk. Okay, it's all about the layering stamps this morning. That's what we're doing for the first show. Next show, still with kind of nature in mind, we've got the launch of a brand new card kit from Hunkydory. Woodland, all brand new. Yeah.
Well, what I want to show you next is the floral set.
Okay.
Because although you've got individual pieces, we can make a little bit of a woodland effect with it, a scene.
Okay.
So I've got the branch, and the branch is the only one there that's layering. So you've got the dark one here, and then you've got the lighter one, okay?
I've just been told, Pauline, nearly 20% of our stock of the stamps has gone.
Has it really?
Lots of people's alarms go off at 6:30 if you've just turned the telly on, or maybe you set your TV to wake you up. Lots of people do that these days. This is the offer, and it's the only time it's going to be on today. We have a limited quantity available. That's why we haven't scheduled it into our afternoon shows. You're going to get 4 For the Love of Stamp sets. 3 of them are birds. You've got the long-tailed tit, you've got the blue tit, and you've got the woodpecker, and you've also got what we're using in the demo now with Pauline. Should be $9.99 each. You're going to get all 4 sets for $24.99, so saving about £15 off the price. That's why people love HobbyMaker.
Right. Could I loan the set a moment?
Which one?
The florals.
The florals, yeah.
Because I have mine. And I've got it ready for you.
There you go.
Now I can't find it. Right, so with the branch, it's telling you to use velvet fawn and muddy boots, okay?
Right.
So we're going to start off with the darker one. And that is going to be in the velvet fawn, okay?
Yep.
So I've got the darker one there. So the velvet fawn is the lighter colour.
And you have,
Okay.
if you haven't got Prism ink pads, don't worry, because you can get an ink pad of a similar colour from different ranges, but obviously, ideally, get the Prisms.
Now, what I want to tell you as well is when you've got a solid stamp like this, always, all stamps have a flat back. You just have to be careful you're putting it down the right way, because there is an element raised in there, so you'll know it's the right way up. So we're going to start with that. And we're going to pop that on there, okay? And there we go. That's the first layer.
Perfect.
And then we're going to switch to the muddy boots. Okay, pop that one back on there. And the muddy boots is going on the top. Okay.
Now you've got 10 minutes to get your entries in for the anagram. We'll flash the anagram up again for you. This is what you have to decipher. Just rearrange the letters to make a brand that's in the show today, okay? What could this be? It doesn't have to be 3 words. It could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 5. Raffle, shove, topmost. What does that make when you play around with the letters? You could win a £25 credit. You've got until 10 to 7 to get your entries in, and then we'll do the
What I
draw.
would do is look what's on the show. What's got a V in it?
Not saying.
I still don't know.
Andy's producing me this morning. He's here, and he'll select someone at random, close his eyes, and just go, boom. It could be you that wins a £25 credit if you get the answer right. So, good.
So now we've got a log,
wow.
a proper log.
Doesn't that look great?
Isn't it fabulous? So you think, well, you've got these individual elements. What am I going to do now? So if you take, I love this little, this is the one here, this greenery here. And we've got this little sprouty thing here, okay?
I've just noticed in your storage pots where you've got your Prism ink pads, you put them in colour groups.
I do.
Keep all your greens together, all
Yeah.
your yellows and oranges together.
Yeah, so much easier
Yeah.
to find. So I know I just take out the green set.
Yeah, good.
Right, so talking of the green set, I quite like this khaki colour. It's really nice for your foliage elements. So we're going to pop that on there, like so. So look how that is coming out of there.
Love it.
This is a fabulous set, Dave. Now, what you can do always, if you're going to put it back in, I'll show you a tip. If I don't take the ink off that and I want to move it, where can I put it? So you take one of your backing sheets. You can never find one when you want one, Dave. Let's get one off here. Right.
Is it one of the backing sheets off your phone pads?
Yeah.
Ah,
No,
okay.
no, off your stamps.
Oh, okay.
Or a piece of acetate.
Right.
A piece of acetate will do. And pop that on there. Then you can put this, we want to put this coming out of here. So that's on there, right? So it's not touching that, it's on the acetate. Turn that over, Pauline. Then I can pick that up. I can now move the acetate. I can ink it up. And in case it wasn't in the right place, I wouldn't get any ink on my cardstock.
Gotcha.
And then we'll pop that down on there. Look at this. I just love this idea. So pop that back again. Move that. It saves me having to clean it
Yeah.
each time.
That's a good tip, actually.
Yeah. And that's, Right, this time we're going to go. I love the fact that you can alter the shape just by moving it into an area.
Now, the stamping press is proving really popular this morning. I mean, it's just the best
to do
thing.
things like this, it's incredible.
And the actual stamp press itself, this is a really good sized one. It's portable. You can put it in your tote bag. We've done a bit of a deal on this as well. $24.99. It's normally a lot more than that, isn't it?
They've brought it down and it's amazing.
Well, it's an early morning treat for you. Brand new stamping press from Hunkydory. And this, I love the one that Hunkydory have done because the lid comes off. It's not on a hinge. I mean, the ones with hinges are good, but they go down at a slight angle, whereas this doesn't. It goes down completely from the left and the right at the same time. So a hinge means you're not getting even pressure on the stamp. It's, you know, the one side of the stamp hits the card before the other, whereas this, the whole thing goes down in one, and you can remove the top.
Yeah. Now, I've got the sort of pine coney type, bit more bristly brush. So popping those on there. I'll show you a finished one in a moment. And then, sport for choice with colours. We could go cocoa bean. We haven't used cocoa bean, have we?
No, don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Right, cocoa bean, velvet fawn. So if I put first a layer of velvet fawn, right, and then I get my cocoa bean and I just hold it and touch areas. That's it.
Okay.
Not a complete cover. And then we'll pop that on there and we'll press that down. And
Oh,
we've got
wow.
that. And you see now, we're picture building.
Yeah, scene building.
So I love this.
You
And
could put
then,
the
of course,
bird
we
on
want
the branch if you want to as well.
Yeah. So now we've got ends on here. So let's have a look at the florals. So we've got this, well, we've got two. We've got a single one, a small one here. I call these like filler flowers. But if we go with this little group here, and we're going to pop that there. Up again. These ones you can do with a block. But, you know, invest in one of these because then you can do all your other things as well as your
To
block.
be fair, the deal on the stamping press this morning, I've not seen it at that price before, $24.99. Yeah, really, really good. Remember, the P&P, you pay just one per day for the whole day. So if you buy 10 things, you pay one P&P. $24.99 for the A5 stamping press. Really good size to invest in.
This is the problem now, Dave. When you've got all these colours, you can't pick. Vintage rose. Let's go vintage rose.
Okay.
Now, I did have a blue on there before and I haven't cleaned it. So we could get a new colour.
Now, Mark from Jewellery Maker's just come in. One of the biggest Hunkydory fans there is on the
Morning,
planet.
Mark.
He's
Did
on
you
it.
have a nice birthday?
Very quiet, lovely day.
Oh, good.
Happy birthday, Mark. He's on at 8 o'clock this morning, so just over an hour on Jewellery Maker.
Put that back again because I've inked it and I didn't put it in the right
Do you know what?
place
You've almost
first.
bankrupted him.
I know, bless him. Bless him.
He spent a fortune on Hunkydory.
I remember the first time I met him, he was like, oh, I've got to have that. What do you call that? Where's that from? And he used to sit in the gallery and watch the show.
An order.
An order, yeah. So he didn't miss out. Bless him. And he's an amazing jewellery maker.
Absolutely. Look at that.
Look,
This is lovely.
Isn't it fabulous?
Yeah.
And this is what I love to do. You know, I love masking and making.
And when you've got the elements like this, every one of you use them differently. So you're not having the same image every time or making the same scene every time. Each one can be different.
Yeah. I'll show you in a moment another one I've done. Okay, move that. And then we go this. But, I mean, these could have been different colours. Could be anything you want.
And this is one of the set of 4, remember?
It
you can
is,
get
yeah.
3 layering stamp sets for your birds. The long-tailed tit, the blue tit, the woodpecker, and you're also going to get your foliage and your log as well. The log is a layering stamp as well. And they all just look magical. I'll show you the boards after we've done the demo with
Yeah.
Pauline.
Okay, so we've got that. So if I show you something a little different. So you've got that one, but you've got that one. There you go.
Yeah, looks
So
totally
look
different.
how different they can look.
Absolutely.
And that's all off the same set.
Now, we obviously are very well aware at this time of the morning we've got people tuning in all the way through the show at different times. So it may well be you've not seen what I have to offer and what Pauline has to offer from for the love of stamps from Hunkydory this morning. Let me show you these boards and it'll explain it better. This is the only show scheduled for today, so this is the only stock we have available, and it's not much. So if you want to grab these, where you get 1.5 of them for nothing. So this is the first one I want to show you. The layering stamp techniques, you've basically got all the different layers. These are all your stamps, and the instructions in the packet show you what you put down first. So the silhouette one is always going to go down first in the lightest colour, and then follow the tips, and just add stamp by stamp by stamp. That's where the stamping platform comes into its own, because it's so easy to layer them up. And before you know it, you've got this three-dimensional, almost like a photograph of the woodpecker when you get to the end of it. I mean, the other way of doing it would be as if you had an outline stamp of a woodpecker and then you coloured it in. Now, you know, it looks like you've actually painted it. It looks incredible. It really, really does. Very realistic. My favourite's the blue tip. Now, these are $9.99 each. You can buy just one if you want to, if there's only one that jumps out at you. But if you go for all four, you're only paying for 2.5, because it should be $39.96. You're getting them all for $24.99. Then you've got the other tip, which is this one, the long tail tip, which is the one that Pauline did in the demonstration. Layer by layer, step by step, there's the final image. And then finally, you get the one that we're working with at the moment, the foliage one, with the layering branch, which looks very real, and then of course all the other foliage and fauna in there as well. $24.99, GIHD 41. You get 1.5 of the stamp sets for nothing. If you've never tried this technique before, give it a go. If you're not really an artist and you get frustrated when you colour things in, you're not happy with the results, these will give you, provided you've got the ink pads, the perfect results every single time. Now, you're coming in for this right now. More and more of you are waking up. Let's just grab a few of these. I mean, my favourite is the blue tip. Look, just look at that. So you start off with the silhouette, and then layer by layer, it doesn't look like a stamp, does it? It looks almost like a photograph.
I'm going to show you a blue tip I've done, that, and I'm going to tell you where I went wrong.
Right.
So that you can see how it didn't matter.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's like I purposely did it.
Okay. And then...
Yeah, you know, you know, for you out there, I went wrong on purpose.
The things you do for us. Brilliant. So, yeah, they're just a magical way of stamping. They really are. And normally, you know, I've been in this game now for a long time, a lot of years. And it is a game. It's fun. But, you know, it used to be you stamp the image, you colour it in. That's what you did. Now, you can let the stamps and your inks, whether you've got Prism inks or whether you've got another brand of inks, doesn't really matter. You can use your inks now and the stamps to do the colouring for you. $24.99. When you say to people, I did this, I've handmade that card, I've handmade and hand stamped that, people will be amazed because of the amount of detail that's in there. GIHD 41, $24.99. Okay, we've closed the lines now for the anagram. So if you sent in your answer, you rejiggled those words and those letters to make a word of a brand that's in the show. We'll give the winner out in just a second, who's won £25 on their account credit.
Right, okay. So we're going to put some words in now. So I've got the blue tip set, wishing you joy on your journey. So we're going to pop that down there like so. Pick up my lid. And I'm going to show you now how you can even use these for wording. So I'm going to go with the teal that I used on these flowers here.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's really good to see what wording looks like when you do colour match. So you don't always have to go in with the black.
No.
Okay. Sometimes toning the colours together. Look at that. Fabulous.
Wishing you joy on your journey.
Yeah.
Fab.
Right. So now we're going to put a card together. Okay. So we take that out of the way. I'm bringing some of the black stamping card in. Mm-hmm. Now, you stamp this. We have on the show the Prism clear ink pad. So you can use that to stamp on black and then heat emboss.
So this is the sticky ink that you need if you want to do heat embossing. It's completely clear, but it's like glue for embossing powder, basically.
But also, if you stamp that, say, onto the craft card, it dries one shade darker.
Right.
So you can do like shadow stamping.
Okay. $3.99. That's all it is. Acid free as well, but that is what you need if you want to do your embossing powders, or you've got maybe Debbie Moore's. What did she call her? It's print magic, isn't it? Print magic and glossy magic. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for anything like that or any embossing powder, there's your clear ink pad at £3.99. Over 10%'s gone. Angela's checked out. Crafter in Devon, Richard in Hampshire, Sasha in Staffordshire. Loads of you coming in for this right now. And if you bought something already, no P&P for you. All day up until midnight. Just one P&P per day of £3.95. And it's on things like this. You don't want to pay P&P, do you? And once you paid it once, you don't have to quarry again with us.
All your bread and butter bits, all your staples, none of us want to buy. We don't, but we can't craft without them.
No.
So you have to have them. So once you know that P&P is paid, you can go to town and you can buy all the bits that you want, that you've got to have.
It's like your construction glue.
But it's like you don't never want to buy them, but you can't craft without them. Right, so to give a bit of a highlight, we've put some silver, okay? This is a real simple matting and layering.
I always liken it to tyres on your car. I recently changed my 2 tyres on my car, but I thought it's so much money, and the car still looks the same.
Oh, I know.
But you've got to do it. You can't drive it without them.
It's annoying. Right, so the bluebird.
Yep.
Now, the bluebird, let me
Blue
take
tick.
this out of here. Yes, blue tick. So when you come to the stamping of this, you're going to do some second generation again. And when you come to layer 4 and layer 5, the royal blue is second generation and layer 5 is charcoal. Now, I picked up this layer and did it in blue. Did it in blue, and that layer and did it in black. So you get a slightly different effect.
And this is what it looks like.
And this is what it looks like because I've now cut it out. So you can see how it's just, the black is more outstanding
more
than the
intense.
blue.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just different, okay? But then cutting out, and what I want to show you what you can do, if I get my scissors, whereas I've cut round it, if you cut little bits in between the wings.
Separate the feathers.
Separate the feathers up. Okay, you're going to get so much more movement. Okay, just go along as far as you want on there. Do the other one.
Yeah.
So we're just going to follow the black. Okay, it just gives you that element of flight.
Very popular this. If you're watching us live at 4 minutes to 7, over 10% of the entire stock of this collection, over 30, beg your pardon, over 30% of the stock is gone. Grab it if you want it. All 4 sets of stamps for basically the price of just over 2. You're getting 1.5 for nothing.
So look at that now. Look how you've got that movement. So we're going to put a pad or 2 on the back of here. Okay. See, I even used where I'd done my shadow, my second generation stamping. Waste nothing. Take those off there. Okay. Bring my card back in.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put that up there like so. So again, movement on the wings. And there we go.
Smashing. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, thank you if you entered our anagram competition this morning. We showed you 3 words and we asked you to mix up the letters to actually reveal a well-known brand in this show today. Took me a little while to get it. Raffle shove topmost.
I can't wait for this.
Rearrange it for the love
I've not got
of
it.
stamps.
Oh,
Got it?
brilliant. The V, see?
For the
V.
love of stamps.
And
That's
that
what
V
it
gotta
was,
come
which is
somewhere.
Hunkydory's brand name for
Fantastic.
their stamp range. And loads of you, I think all of you got it right, actually. The winner winning £25 credit this morning is Beverly King. Congratulations,
Well done,
Beverly. Thank you for
Beverly.
taking part. You'll have that on your account within the next few hours. So enjoy and spend away. Thank you, Beverly. Great to hear from you. Right, let's quickly show you these stamps because we're very well aware that at this time of the morning, people have got lots going on. You've just woken up. You've got a cup of coffee. Maybe you're still sat in bed watching us. Lots of you tell us you do that. These are the layering stamps. Let me get that book out of the way so you can see it a bit better. There we go. So look at these. The blue tip, It's step by step. You can't go wrong. Use a stamping press, a stamping platform like the one that we've got in the show from Hunkydory, and you'll just get perfect results.
I always think this is a great way of learning stamping.
Yeah.
Because all you've got to do is place that stamp on top.
Yeah.
And it can transform your stamping.
And honestly, even if you don't think of yourself as an artist, provided you can press the...
And I don't.
but provided you can press the stamping press down, which isn't hard and it's not tricky, just line them up correctly and you'll get works of art like this. I love playing with like the psychedelic colours and doing pop art sort of styles. That looks really funky. And then the last set you're going to get is the three-dimensional branch and then all the foliage and flowers there as well. Now they're $9.99 each and they are on the website individually, but the set of 4, we're going to give you 1.5 of them for nothing. $24.99 is all you pay for all 4 sets.
It's a phenomenal set. I mean, look at that woodpecker on the craft card.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks so organic. It looks
Absolutely.
really natural.
Well, already over 30% of the entire stock has gone. Thank you to all of you. Patricia's in the process of ordering at the moment in Pembrokeshire. Crafter in Devon's in as well. Elaine in Lancashire. They're just the people that are ordering right this second, but loads of you have bought it already.
I know an Elaine in Lancashire, and I wonder if it's her.
Could be. There's probably more than 2 Elaines in Lancashire. But
yeah,
it
I
could
know,
be.
but it's the one I know. I'm sure it is.
Okay, GIHD 41. It's 7 o'clock. High time we moved on to our next show. We've got a brand new Hunkydory card kit coming up, which you're going to absolutely adore. If you love nature, love wildlife, love, say, woodland walks, we've got something special for you right after a short break.
Here at HobbyMaker, we love seeing what you've been making, and it's our job to keep you inspired. So how does a £100 credit to your HobbyMaker account sound? Every month, we're going to be giving away a £100 credit to one lucky HobbyMaker's account. And all you have to do to enter is simply send a photo of your craft you makes to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. We will be picking one winner each month at random, and we'll announce the lucky winner on air in the 5 PM show on the last Saturday of every month. So what are you waiting for? Get crafting, get motivated, and get inspired with HobbyMaker.
It couldn't be easier to watch HobbyMaker. You can join us on Sky, Freeview, on our website or on YouTube, so you can watch at home or on the go.
If you want to search our website for your favourite brands, simply go to hobbymaker.co.uk, click on brands, and you'll find all your favourite items all in one place. Shopping made simple with HobbyMaker.
Hello there, I'm sure you've heard the news already, but just in case you haven't, we are the new home of Cricut, the multi-purpose cutting machine. And let me introduce you to the Cricut Maker 3. It is the most beautifully crafted machine. Everything just opens beautifully. It is your ultimate cutting machine for all sorts of surfaces. Believe it or not, this machine will cut through up to 300 different types of products, whether it be cardstock, whether it be vinyl. And Cricut actually now develop no mat needed vinyl. They call it smart vinyl. You can use that in here as well. And why would you want to cut vinyl? Well, you can personalize things. You can personalize clothes. You can personalize glasses for parties, for receptions, for special occasions. You can make your own wall art for home interior design and home decor. There is just so much that this machine can do, whether you're using it personally for fun and for your family, or whether you may be starting about thinking up a little bit of a personalization business. Lots of people use the Cricut Maker 3 for this. Now, obviously, it doesn't just cut. It can draw. You can get pens for the Cricut Maker 3 as well, and it can also emboss and foil too. They're extra tools that you can buy for it. Now, the deal we've got on the Maker 3 at the moment is on your screen right now. It's a great price, and also the package and the bundle that comes with it is also great too. Take a look. Included in this Cricut Maker 3 Smart Vinyl bundle is the Cricut Maker 3, the Weeding Toolkit, vinyl transfer tape, and smart vinyl in aqua, mint, pink, and purple. So the deal, as you can see, is superb. Now, if you want to see exactly the sort of thing that you can do, if I just grab a couple of these here, these have been done by Julie, who works for us here at HobbyMaker. Yeah, personalised water bottles. I mean, the fonts that you can choose and the software, basically it works alongside the Cricut Design Centre. So when you actually order this, if you make the decision to order this now, log on and go to design.cricut.com. That's actually the website that allows you then to design all the images and all the personalisation, and you can do that right now. That's a free service, and they also have loads, thousands and thousands of different images that you can actually cut out. A lot of them are free, some of them you have to pay for, but there is also a subscription service of just £7.50 a month should you want to take that up. But it is here today at HobbyMaker, the Cricut Maker 3. If you'd like yours, just give us a call on the free phone number to the call centre or go to our website hobbymaker.co.uk. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to the HobbyMaker Highlight. We do this every morning at the moment at 7 a.m. and also at 3 o'clock in the afternoon as well for our two different types of audience that can tune in at those times. And we have got the launch of a brand new Hunkydory card collection for you today. You're going to absolutely love this. I know people, friends of mine, that religiously buy every single collection that Hunkydory ever brings out because they just love the quality of Hunkydory. Now, if you love wildlife, and we're getting into that kind of spring mentality now, aren't we? With looking at the birds, looking at the wildlife, and coming into lambing season fairly soon. This is a fantastic storybook of the woods. Now, not only is it about the pictures, but there's also little tales in the little book that you get in the collection as well. So they are literally stories of the woodland animals and woodland folk. You get some of the stories on the toppers as well, and I'll go through everything you're going to be getting in the collection. But I just want to show you the topper set first. Let me just bring those over to the middle and just show you and flick through these, because this is, I always think, the heart of any card collection, the toppers, definitely. You've got the little artwork, woodland creatures, which are divine. They're beautifully, beautifully illustrated. The verses are really cute as well. You've got your foxes there kind of frolicking in the woods, playing with the little cubs as well. Really, really sweet. And look at these colorways as well. You're already coming in for this. It's the first time you've seen it. It's our HobbyMaker Highlight, and we haven't even shown you the price yet. Look at these. You get 2 of each of these designs. You get 8 sheets of toppers in total, 4 designs, 2 of each. That's the entire collection. That's the entire kit. But here you've got such a beautiful selection of toppers. You've got your little foals and deer, all that sort of thing. And again, the verses and the stories are perfect. It's the best time of the year. Things are starting to grow again. The garden's started to come alive, and so is the wildlife in the woods nearby. This one is predominantly, again, rabbits in this one. So maybe a nod to Easter, possibly, if you're thinking of sending cards to people that you know and love at Easter time. Doesn't have to be, but, you know, it could easily be an Easter connection if you wanted it to be. And then the last set of 2 you're going to get here, these are, what character is this? Oh, it's a little bear relaxing in his hammock. How cool is that? Now, the artwork's lovely. It's like you've got a children's book, say, from the 1950s or something like that.
Absolutely, proper vintage storybook.
Absolutely.
With all the other things that we've got into this show, it's 100% storybook.
It's spot on. Now, with the kit, you always get your printed cardstock, you always get your printed and foiled cardstock. Now, this is your printed cardstock. All of this is on Matte-tastic. Now, Matte-tastic basically is still adorable, scoreable, but it means you can add effect inks to it as well. You can distress it if you want to with your water-based ink pads. You can add all sorts of things to it. There's no coating on top of it, basically. That's what Matte-tastic is all about. So you get these, which are instantly choppable and cut-inable. So you can make these go a long, long way to work with your toppers. But isn't the artwork beautiful? Perfect colour tones.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
There we go.
And everything is in these, a bit more of a pastel shade.
Yep. Now that's your printed card. This is your printed and foiled card. 8 sheets of this as well. So you've got highlight foil accents. You can see if I just tilt it back, it kind of reflects the light beautifully. 8 sheets of this, so it's 888, which is a general configuration for a Hunkydory card kit, which you have loved over the years, and I'm sure you're going to love again today. There we go. So you get all of these beautiful, that's just like kind of accent foiling with the butterflies fluttering away. Beautiful, 2 of each of those. And then there's the last one again with little butterflies dancing around where the fox playing. So that's that. So that's 8 topper sheets, 8 printed and 8 printed and foiled sheets. Can't pick it up. And then we go on to, yeah, so much in the kit. We've got double-sided papers. Now, this is something that only Hunkydory recently started to do, isn't it?
Yeah, just we don't do it with every kit, but sometimes we find it adds to the collection.
Absolutely.
And if that's the case, then in they go.
So there's your double-sided papers.
They're very pretty.
Very pretty. And then finally, the icing on the cake. Actually, there's 2 more things. This is your insert collection. How many inserts do you normally get? I can't remember.
Now, I can't remember when it's with papers. Is it 24 or 36?
I think it's probably 24.
It's usually one or the other.
Okay. And it's printed in a very pastel way. So it's a lovely, almost like a ghost print, I call it.
Yeah, muted.
Muted, yeah. And that can be 24 inserts, there we go. And that can be trimmed down. 8 designs, 3 of each. So there we go. Those
Some collections, when you haven't got papers, you've got 36. So it matches up with the papers on them.
And then the icing on the cake is your storybook little book.
Oh, this is just so adorable.
144 pages, potentially, I always say this with the little books, potentially that could be 144 cards. Well, maybe not, because you've actually got some sentiments and ribbons and pendants in the back as well. You can trim those and cut those out. But look at this. You've got little storyboards on one side and then the picture on the other. So a gorgeous little tale. I can't read that from where I'm stood, but you can probably see it very easily on your TV at home. So it's a mixture of little tales. Tales of the bear, tales of the foxes. How cool is this? And aren't they beautiful? Now, some of them are kind of double-sided. You've also got elements here so you can build up a scene with the little characters. You can cut those out as well. So this little book is packed full of scenes, characters, little stories. How lovely is this? Now, if you want an extra one of these, you can buy it separately, but you're going to get it included in the main collection today, okay? Now, that's everything. That's everything you're going to be getting in the collection. Right. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning. You love Hunkydory. You love the kits. What can we do on the price today? I'll show you that book in just a second because there's a special die that cuts that out for you. $29.99. VXHD 62, it should be nearly £40. It should be about $39.90 something. You're going to get it today, the whole thing, $29.99, including the little book, including the inserts, the printed cardstock, printed and foiled, and your 8 sheets of toppers as well. If you want the ultimate spring collection that isn't themed for one specific event, like it's not just Easter themed, you know, it's just about spring. It's about the little newborn characters in the woods, the foxes, the bears, the rabbits, the stories as well. I mean, let me just read one of these stories out at random because they're too small for me to read a minute ago. Settling in a hammock, the bear looked up to the cloud, then let out a sigh and uttered aloud, "This is the life, oh, what a treat, a day just for me, how very sweet." Gorgeous. So cute.
Absolutely. And again, to me, these are nursery pictures.
Yeah.
You know, little children's new babies' rooms. What about christening present?
I mean, I know it's not, but it makes me think of Beatrix Potter.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely.
The butterfly stopped in amazement and awe, for she simply couldn't believe what she saw. A rabbit in flight with nary a wing. What is the magical thing called a swing? It's cute, isn't it? So you've got lots of little rhyming verses in there. The whole thing, we're getting busy for this. Beverly in Dorset. Hello, Beverly. You've come in for...
That is really a highlight prize.
The HobbyMaker Highlight, under £30. Pam, hello to you. Alexandra in West Midlands. Angela in Nottinghamshire. Sally in Kent. Sally in Angus. You're all coming in for this today. And remember, if you want an extra book, you can buy that separately. I think that will be $9.99. Is that what we're doing it for?
They normally are $9.99.
Yeah. And 144 sheets, but this isn't necessarily 144 toppers. You've got a mixture of little storybook sheets. You've got a mixture of scenes, backgrounds, and characters.
Cutty up bits, Dave. Cutty up bits.
Cutty out bits, absolutely. Plus, you've got some of the sentiments and verses in there as well. Now, that, if you've already bought something today, no extra P&P. It's just $9.99 delivered. If it's your first purchase today, it's $9.99 plus your P&P of $3.95. But if you get the main collection, you get everything. All the toppers, all the printed and foiled, all of the inserts, and the little book. And I love the fact that it's actually telling stories. There's actually the printed verses, the poems, that sort of thing in there as well. So it's fantastic as a card for a member of the family. I just want to show you something before we get into a demo, Pauline. You may have seen this card a minute ago. Now, bearing in mind, you've got those story pages in the little book and also on some of the toppers, we've made it into a little book card. And what we've done with that is we've used this die. Now this die is perfect.
I think of not just this collection, think of what else you can do with this.
Yes, it could be.
What about printing your own verses
Yeah.
and then cutting them out
Absolutely right.
with this and making your own little books?
But look, what do you put the book in? The stand. The die to make the stand is included as well. So it could be remembrance, it could be christening, it could be a wedding, it could be civil partnership, it could be anything at all, any type of event where a book would be appropriate. Obviously,
confirmation.
Yes. Sympathy.
Yes, absolutely anything.
So when you've got the dies, you've actually got the book die itself, and you've also got the slightly smaller dies to make the pages for the book that just nestle inside it. $19.99, is that all this is? I mean, how much would you charge for a card like that? And we've only got the card here actually mounted onto a card blank. The book is mounted onto a card blank, but you can put it on its own stand, so it becomes more of a gift and an ornament, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it really is a beautiful die.
And that's one of the little bear stories in there from the little book. So use the die to cut out the pages of the little book and then mount them onto a card.
The top layer, if you see, is done in two separate pieces.
Yes.
So the inner dies are in two separate halves, which gives you that lovely feel that you have actually got that dip in the middle, and it's on two separate bits. It's lovely.
Here's another one. Again, just kind of offset, not using the stand in this instance, but the stand is there.
I just think Christmas cards with this on would be just fantastic.
But also, think about how useful not just the book is, but think about how useful the stand is. If you struggle when you go to exhibitions or craft fairs or anything like that to actually display your cards and they're lying flat on the table, people can't see them.
They're in two separate pieces, and if you see on the black and white you've got there's two slits in, and I think they slot together.
Yeah, they do. You've got a slit at the bottom and a slit at the top, and they both slide together.
Yeah.
That's how you make your stand. So, that's what we use here in the studio. So you can see everything at home. We use metal stands, display stands. Well, now
You've even got the little bookmark, page mark on there, that little die that you can put over the page.
Now you're loving this. Over 10% of the entire stock of this is gone. Are we going to be making phone calls to Hunkydory later to say, can we get some more? $19.99. It's INHD09. INHD09, not just for use with this collection, but it's perfect for that, but for all the occasions during the year when a book, or it could be, as we said before, it could be a sympathy card, it could be a birthday card, it could be a confirmation card, a christening card, whatever you want it to do. Nearly 20% of the stock is gone. Mandy's checked out. Julie, hello. Peter, Angela, Christine, Sally, Angela in Nottinghamshire, you've all checked out, and loads more coming through on the phones for this. This could be the HobbyMaker Highlight, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole show is a HobbyMaker Highlight.
Yeah,
$19.99. Yeah. I mean, we'll go back to our main collection, though, which is all about the storytelling in the woods. Yeah, the woodland story. Not only great art that kind of tells a story anyway, but the fact that you've got the written word and the verses in there. They're on the toppers as well. You get the verses on the toppers. You've got lots of them in the little book, all for that price of not $39.97. That's what it should be. We've taken the price down to the HobbyMaker Highlight price of $29.99. It's brand new. Not seen it before until today. VXHD62. Right, Pauline.
Should we have a play?
Have a play, go on.
Have a play?
Yeah.
Okay. I picked the deer. I'm going to use an assortment of products, give you a shopping list as we're going through.
Okay.
I've got an 8x8 card. This card I've actually made with A3 Adorable Scoreable. And what we're going to do is take our little deer and we're going to put the insert in first.
Yeah.
Like I like to do. So I've trimmed that up nicely to fit in there. And you can now see I'm going to use, in conjunction with the little deer, the little fawns, and the little bluebird there. So that's it. Then I'm coming in with some of the double-sided paper, and I'm going to use the green side, and I've trimmed it to a couple of mil under the 8 inches. You get what I mean?
I know what you mean. So you get a nice border.
Yeah, I go from one to the other. I can't.
I mean, although we're calling it paper, it's verging on card, isn't it?
It's a lightweight card.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lovely finish. And again, uncoated, so you can rip and tear, you can ink, you can stamp, you can put it through your printer, all the usual things that we do. Right, so then I'm bringing in another product.
Okay.
We've got the most beautiful acetate in this collection. And I'm bringing in some acetate with the gold spots. Well, they're sort of spots, but they're not spots. They're like little starbursts.
Yeah, they are.
But on the other side, as usual, on our gold, we've got silver.
Okay.
So you can use that. But I'm using the gold because the accent foiling in this collection is the gold. So
And
that's
what I'll do at
I'm
the
using.
end of the demonstration with Pauline, I'll show you all the details for the acetate and everything else that Pauline's been using.
Yeah.
So.
So what I want to do, I'm going to use, now from the backing card with the foiling on, I've cut down the panel here,
Yep.
and then I've just cut around the fawn and the little grass bit.
Yeah, don't be frightened to cut into your A4 sheets.
Absolutely not. And I'm going to put some red line tape on that. Okay. Now there's one of those acetates that's got a lovely little leafy border down, which you can colour in on the reverse with your Prism alcohol markers.
Yeah.
And that will work really well. Now this side, I'm going to put glue, but because I want to tuck something in. So what I want to do is put the glue and here. So I don't want it to dry straight away. So we'll take the tape cover off. So I need to get this on so I can glue the acetate down. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take my acetate.
The static on the red liner tape gets you every time.
Oh, it does. And I'm going to pop that on there. Okay. And then I'm going to take, so we're jumping forward a little bit here now. I've taken one of the pages with just a scene, but it tones in with this scene.
It does.
I've got some, now we've got.
Is that one of the pages from the little book?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then we've got cardstock matching.
Yep.
So I'm going to just pop this page onto here. So I've made myself matte and layered. So we've got this beautiful sage green. And then I'm going with the blue sky. So we'll go a little bit bigger on that one.
And we've got that cardstock as well as a separate item coming up soon.
So I've done my layer a little bit bigger on that to make up more of a feature of it.
See how the colourways of the cardstock have matched beautifully. They tone together so well, don't they, with the artwork?
Absolutely. I'm going to put glue on that, and then I'm going to slide that before that glue dries. Let me just put it on there to get it lined up where I want it. So that is going to slide in there till it comes to the edge of my acetate. Okay, so get that nice and straight on there. Okay, so it's like an extension of what's going on there. So now I can put my tape on. It's like building it up before you put it where you need it. I probably would have used wider red tape on this, but I haven't got any with me. So I'm using the narrow. Okay, so here we go. So now I take this off here. Right, okie dokie.
Yeah.
And we're going to pop that, make sure we've got it opening the right way. So what I like to do is turn it to the fold, and then I know that that is the same size as the green. So I can pop that on there. Okay. Now what you can do, if you don't want to use the green under there, just cut it off, just measure it up.
Yep.
I don't have time for that. So then we have got, in the little book, we've got some cutty up pieces. So I've cut out little deer.
Oh, cute.
I've cut out a log. I've cut out a little butterfly. And then I've punched out, well, I've got a little punch, but a die cut. Enjoy the little things. So we're going to put that up there, enjoy the little things, which means I can then put under that acetate.
And just looking at some of the characters that are in the little book, you've got the bear, the fox, you've got a little squirrel, butterflies, little bluebirds, tons of characters, little deer, baby deer.
Right, so now let's put pads on, shall we? Let's raise him up a bit. So don't worry about the legs. You can put a little bit of glue on there if you so wish. So he'll be fine. So he's going to go in front of the tree there, like so. So I'm going to just put a tiny bit of glue, just a hint, so I know it's there. So his legs aren't sort of dangling in midair. And then we've got the log. Think about like what we did with the florals just then. I've got a hair on there now. We don't want that. Okay, so another one on there. Just on here. Okay, so the log is going to go just, oh, I'm tempted. Oh, choices.
Decisions.
Right, so that's going there, like so. And then I've got my little butterfly, which I'm going to just glue the inner bit, and not the outside bit, so that, you see, he's coming down onto his nose. So press that down, but you can then leave that up, like so. And then on the topper sheets, we've got the deers. I can't with my voice, I can't read all that.
Do you want me to read it?
Go on, Dave, you do it. It would sound funny.
Deer sought to find the perfect present, to show a good friend just how much they meant. As the friends slept, Deer went to gather the others, the bluebird, the bee, and the two mousy brothers. Later at home, the friend began to stir, and as he awoke, he saw everyone there. I wanted to show how much you mean to me, so I gathered everyone here to have a party. Celebrating friendships is what we should do when we find someone special, someone like you. Oh,
Isn't it beautiful? So that now, because that's quite a big feature, we're going to put that on this side. So you could put it there, but you want to write. So I thought it would look lovely on this side.
yeah. Use it on the inside of the card rather than the outside.
Yeah. Right, so pop that right in the centre there. And I just think that then we've got all our inside done.
Beautiful.
And we turn it round.
Isn't that gorgeous?
There we go.
So what Pauline used there obviously was one of the A4 printed and foiled sheets, also one of the sheets from the little book, acetate as well. So let me show you the other things we've not shown you yet, namely the acetate. I know lots of you want to get hold of this. How many sheets do you get? You get a lot.
Usually 16, four designs.
4 designs, 4 of each.
4 of each.
Yeah. So let me show you each of the 4 designs, and bear in mind you get 4 of them. So there's the one that you talked about, Pauline, with the beautiful foliage, the gold strip at the top.
Yes,
At the bottom. And like you said before, if you don't want gold, just turn it over, because the back of it is silver. So you've got a choice of using either side, and both as lovely as each other. This is the dotty one that you used in the demonstration. So like you said, they're little stars more than dots. Well, there are some dots and stars. Really, really sweet. 4 of those. Next one is this, which is your flowers. So there's your roses. Again, gold one side, silver the other. And then the last one is this one, which is a border of gorgeous butterflies. Isn't that lovely? So 16 sheets in total, only $11.99, and it complements the main collection really beautifully. And no extra P&P. If you've already bought something today, that's your P&P sorted right the way through until midnight. You don't have to worry about any more postage if you've already bought something. If it's your first item of the day, it's only $3.95. No matter how many things you buy throughout the day, you won't pay any more postage. Now, the die that I showed you at the very beginning of the show, if I just get the little book, and go to one of the sheets at the back just here. I mean, this sheet, if I just tear it out of the book, if I just hold this up.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Now, too many facts. Yeah. Have a look. No, she does work. Have a little look. There we are. Look. So it's one of the pages out of the little book. But if I drop the die in, can you see? You can use that, use the centre die to cut it out to make it look like pages from a book, which is what we did with this particular card. There you go. Isn't that brilliant? So this works with it beautifully, but of course once you've got this, you've got it for every other sort of occasion you can think of. It works with this collection, probably work with loads of other collections as well, but when you want to do a confirmation card, a christening card, a sympathy card, Christmas as well would be perfect. Maybe you've got the little book of Christmas that Hunkydory do each year. Yeah, you can make it anything. It could be a recipe book. Whatever you wanted it to be, you've got the pages, you've got the die at the top. The biggest one is for the main kind of book cover, and then you've got the smaller dies for the pages, and they just look lovely. And you even get the stand. That's what does it for me. So you can display the book in the stand, but you can use the stand to show off the cards that you make when you want to sell them, or you just find that they topple off the mantelpiece or topple off the window ledge. They won't if they're in their own stand. You can use that for all sorts of things as well. $19.99 for that die. Half the stock has gone. So if you do want this, it's INHD09. INHD09. You'll use this again and again and again, and I bet you, when people know that you've actually got the capability to make little books like this, you'll be inundated from people saying, "Can you do a book maybe for someone's christening or for whatever the occasion might be?" Yeah, for weddings, all sorts of things. $19.99. You can now make anything into a little book if you want to, complete with the stand for less than 20 quid. And I reckon you could charge £5 for a card like this easily. You'll get your money back in no time if you do sell your cards. Maybe you sell them for charity too. Really, really different and unusual. And when I show you the board, to give you an idea, it's all done in black and white on here, but imagine what the centre pages could be. One could be a picture, and the other could be just a little invitation or a handwritten note if you wanted it to be. But you've got at least 4 different layers of pages, which gives it that 3D effect. You've got a little lock and key there, with us forever. What does that say? Some stories stay with us forever. There we go. And then you've got that little banner down there as well, complete with a stand, and one side slots into the other. This could sell out this morning, I've just been told. So if you want it, it's INHD 09. Now the coordinating cardstock, the Matte-tastic cardstock, what colour did you use? You used the blue, didn't you? Yeah.
I used the blue and the like sagey green.
Well, there's the blue and there's the sagey green. You've got like a mustard yellow, a dark chocolate, a very light cream, a lovely pastel green. And if I just, at random, pick up the toppers, and you see the colours in the artwork, and then look at the Matte-tastic, it's all been hand-selected. That's 24 sheets in total of Matte-tastic, so it's adorable scoreable. It will score and crease without cracking, but the difference with Matte-tastic is you can add effects and inks to it. The coated cardstock, you can't do that, but the Matte-tastic, you certainly can. But this is the perfect card collection to go with the main collection as well, at £9.99 for 24 sheets. That's about 35, 40p a sheet, something like that. And that's CJHD 47. There you go, CJHD 47. Now it's all about the main collection this morning, which is the brand new launch. I love this. It's perfect timing. The artwork is perfect for this time of the year. It's called the Storybook Woods, okay? So it's the latest collection from Hunkydory. You're going to get 8 sheets of toppers, 4 designs, 2 of each, and there's plenty on there. Some of them have got, obviously, images of the playful foxes and the bears and all of that, and then you've also got verses featured in there as well. Then you've got your sheets of your double-sided papers, but it's kind of verging on cardstock. It's a very good quality paper. Then you've got your printed and foiled, 8 sheets of that, and then 8 sheets of your printed. 20% of the day's stock has gone already. Wow. And $39.97 isn't what you're going to be paying. That's what you should be paying. It's $29.99. And then you've got your inserts as well. There's your inserts included, 24 of those too, and the little book. Don't forget the little book with 144 sheets. The difference between this little book and others that we've done in the past is you get a few sheets of little tags and pendants in the back there, which are really sweet. Now, loads of you are going for an extra book, I'm not surprised, and then you get these fantastic story pages. And that's perfect to use in conjunction with the book die that I showed you a few minutes ago, because they're done in 2. Picture one side, story on the other. Really sweet. You get quite a few of those. 20% of the stock of the little book has gone already as well. Wow. Loads of you are buying an extra book because obviously you don't have a whole pack full of these stories. Quite a large quantity of them are stories, but you've only got a portion of the book are stories. And then you've got more of the rhymes on the single pages. Then we come on to the characters. The characters, you can cut those out. And then after the characters, you've then got the scenes. So you can put the characters, cut them out, and then put them into their very own scenes here, like Pauline did earlier on. So it's a different type of book, but really you're loving it. I'm not at all surprised. Your storytelling, is it going to be for the kids? And these are the traditional toppers, which we're used to seeing in the little book. Just literally pop them on a card, an instant card. It takes us all back to our childhood, definitely, when we used to sit and, flick through traditional children's books. $9.99 for the book, BCHD 87, and if you want the kit, remember, the card collection, under £30, it's $29.99 today for the brand new collection. 20% of the stock has gone in the launch hour. 7:30 in the morning, it's a busy time of day for everybody, we know that, so for that amount of stock to go at this time of the morning, that's pretty impressive, and we've got more shows with this with Pauline this afternoon, but you're absolutely loving it, it's flying out the door. Order the Mactastic, order maybe that die to make the book as well, because that little book with the die is perfect. That could sell out this morning. We may not be able to get that die set back to make the books this afternoon. We'll try, but who knows?
I think what we ought to mention as well is the stamps and the book. If you buy the book die and the stamps that we have, you can make your own and colour your own storybooks.
Yeah.
And just the pictures, which is just lovely. So you're not limited to by how much collection and cardstock you've got. You can make your own.
Now, you're going to get both of these stamp sets for 16 quid. That's pretty impressive. Now, it's difficult sometimes to actually see the images.
I think if you look on the back, on the cover,
there we go.
You get a good representation.
So this is what the stamp is going to stamp out for you, and this is how you can colour it in. So there's like a colouring guide on the reverse side, which you can use, and use with your watercolours, your watercolour paints or pens or whatever. £16? No, not today. We're gonna.
Well, that's the usual average price.
Yeah, £8.
That's yeah.
We're doing it for £13.99, so we take another £4 and a penny off. Okay. Relax and enjoy your day. So there you've got the scene with the deer. And you've got the scene there with the squirrel as well. So yeah, that's what those stamps will give you. You've also got the little verse there as well, so that's that one. And then these stamps, you get your bunting, and you've also got the scenes there as well. So the scenes that
you can interact with both of those.
Yeah.
You put the bunting on the other set. I love when you can do more than one thing with a stamp.
And you can see they're a really good size, but they're perfect size to put on the pages of your book die.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can tell your own story. There we go. Lovely. Now, the book die, quickly, before we go on to our next demo, which we're about to do.
I'm going to make do a book.
Okay. $19.99. We're going to show you how to use this in the set. I've just realised I've not shown you any finished samples from the main collection. Can I quickly show you some made cards? Emma Lowe has done this one from the design team. Nice one, Emma. Just to show you different ways of actually using the main collection. There we go. That's Emma Lowe again as well. I love the fact you've got stories on there.
Can I just say a hello to, we've taken, Andy said no, we've just taken on some new people for Love of Stamps design team.
Okay.
So welcome.
Welcome.
And we look forward to seeing all your designs.
Superb. So just some of the cards that have been made using the main collection, but we're going to show you how to use the book die now, which is, I think, probably going to sell out between now and 8 o'clock. So put it in your basket and check out if you want it.
Okay, right, so I've got the largest of the dies here, and I've got a sheet of the paper. Now, this could be card, but I actually want to use this paper. So I put my die on there, and then I'm just going to cut. So I've got some I've done in advance to finish off, because you don't want to see me just die cut. Mm-hmm. We're going to actually make a card.
I love the idea of being able to turn anything into a book.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It could be photographs you got on your phone, print them off, make them into a book.
And also scrapbooking.
Yeah.
It would look great on a scrapbook page. We must never forget about scrapbooking.
No.
It's very important. Right, okay, so we'll put that away. And there is my page. Now, what I'm going to do now, not necessary, you could just fold it, but but I'm going to get my my board, and it doesn't have to be in any particular place, just so it's level up, and then just score down the centre.
Yeah.
Fold it sort of a little bit, but not fully. And then if you take your paper scorer and you just, with paper, you can do it much easier than cardstock. Just get, or you can get, say, a rolling pin and just roll it round a little bit. And that way then...
I can't
can
imagine you with a
how
rolling
you've got-
pin. I'd run a mile.
You can hear what's going on in my ear. They said, and you can imagine me on the doorstep with a rolling pin,
Yeah.
say, where you been?
Take that.
No, it's me coming home, mate, not the other way around. Right, okay, so then I've taken the smaller one, and we're just going to give a little bit of a roll again. And I've die cut it on the cardstock. And can you see how pretty now that looks? So what we want to do, now you can do this with red line tape, or you can do it with your glue. We'll do it now so that it gets started. So, you know me, it's always, if in doubt, construction glue.
Absolutely.
So
That'll be on the
then that
website
fits.
in the brand shop.
Exactly. If you're not sure, just fold it and then you can get it level. And look at that. It's just so pretty. Right, leave that for 1 second to dry. So let's go in with the card. So I've got an A4 sheet of this green again. I just love this green.
Yeah,
and
I do.
I've scored it in half, and then I've scored at 7.5. And I'm going to fold it inwards, okay? And then open it and fold that inwards as well, okay?
Yep, lovely.
Now, I'm going to do it as, that's it. Right, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to do an easel card, but look, we're going to do it that way. Instead of having it that way,
Oh, okay.
we're going to have it that way,
It's different.
okay? It is. It just, sometimes you just want something a little bit different, okay? So then I've got the other sheet, because you get two. I've got the other sheet of the same card here, and we're going to pop that on our card. I will have cleaned my hands up from all the ink and everything else that I've got gunged all over it by later.
If you go back home with clean hands from a day here, something's gone
I
wrong.
haven't enjoyed myself.
No, exactly. That's what I was
Right,
thinking.
so that's on there. And then what we're going to do is take our little book and we're going to attach it onto here, okay? Like so. But we also want to decorate it up. So we've got here the two. So I'm going to put, I want to see which one I want to put on. I think I'm going to go with the smaller one, and we're going to put it this side.
Okay.
So I'm just going to glue that in place. Again, give it a little bit of a bend, and it will fit round the pages better.
Now, don't forget, if you shopped with us and bought something this morning between 6 and 7, we will be announcing the winner of who's won their basket before 8 o'clock. So not long to wait to find out if you've won.
Okay. And then we're going to use this as a stopper. Now, what I want to do is put pads on this one here. Or a piece there I don't want. Okay, so I'm going to put it sort of a little bit in from the centre. So you've got the fold and then each side of that. Oh, come off with me.
Don't know your own strength.
Oh, tell me about it. Right, here we go. Right. So what we want to do is bring that down because we want to know where that's going to go on there. Just hoping I haven't put too much tape on. So that's going to go to the top there. I think I'm all right with it. Oh, just a little bit. Right, take that bit off, look. Okay, take that bit off. Oh, look at this. There's a wrong way to do it. I'll do it. let's just remove that. And then the easiest way to do it, isn't it, is put it on there. Then you know
You've got the right length.
you've got the right length.
Yeah.
Okay. It is early morning.
It is.
You know, you get up at this time, you never know what you're going to get. Right, so now we can put that onto there. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so then when we stand that up, it's like that. Now, we can see if I put that there, we're not going to see it. So what I'm going to do is take out of here, and I'm going to get my cutter, because we need to make a stopper. So and I don't want to cut it out by hand.
And these pages with all these little tags and toppers on are in the little book as well. So there's lots of variety in the little book, this one.
There's so much in this little book. Okay.
And another one of those, if you want another one, $9.99. Lots of you adding an extra one into your order. And they've got the little stories in them as well, which you can use with the book dice too.
Okay.
So that is VXHD62.
This says special
Oh, no.
birthday wishes.
Sorry, the little book of Storybook Woods is BCHD87. There we go, and that's $9.99.
Okay, so there's our little banner. So we'll do that first. It's pads on the back of that one. Let's find my strip. I'll pop that on there. I've run out of the thicker ones, so I'm using some of the thin ones together. It still goes well.
Oh, that little book, Pauline, everyone's loving it. Nearly half the stock has gone, and we're supposed to have enough stock for this afternoon shows as well.
Wow.
So this is a brand new launch today. Lots of Hunkydory fans are getting in early for this, not surprised.
Right, so I'm going to put that, it might help if I put it the right way round. Early morning crafting. I'm usually doing early morning crafting. Oh, look, a little bit high. Right, so that on there, nearly done. And then, because I am cheating, I've got a little punch, because I haven't got time to die cut. And I'm going to go over this one. It is smaller, but it fits.
Okay.
Right, so needs must.
And the chances are, if you've got circular nesting dies, which I know most of you have got, you can find one that will be the right size.
Oh, yes,
for those
yeah,
circles.
absolutely. Because all I've done is taken off the edge there, that's all. So you would have, with the dies, one a little bit bigger. So this one is a note to say, and that's going up there. And all we need now is some pretty ribbon.
Oh, I forgot about the ribbon.
And I'm going to go with the blue.
Now, the ribbon is all colour coordinated, like the cardstock is, to go with this collection today. All your spring colours that you can think of. Yeah, I'm going to do a maypole dance with this in my hands. I just need bells on my shoes and I'll be sorted. £9.99. And you get, I think is it 10 metres? You get a lot. Yeah, there's loads of colours here. Loads and loads and loads of ribbon. There we go. You got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that 12 or 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 12. So there's 12 metres, I believe, for $9.99. And that's QUHD58. There we go.
Right, now I've taken a length of ribbon, and I'm just going to shape the ends a little bit more. Ribbon scissors. This is why you need 2 sets of...
Keep one set for your ribbon.
Yep. And then a glue dot. Okay. So, that was such a bad joke. It did take... Yeah, you know when you hear something from the gallery and you're going, really?
The ribbon is going to get you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then put your glue dot up there. Is this what we have to put up with early morning?
Yeah.
Dear me. Right, now, what I'm going to do is take another one, because if I don't, I shall glue the back down, but the front one will jump up a little bit.
Right.
So put a piece of glue dot on there, on your ribbon, fold it over, yeah? Mm-hmm. And then glue that
Oh, that's nice.
onto there. Let's just take, because you just pick up an accent colour. Let's take a little bit more off that one, okay? And then it looks like, I'm going to come round now.
Oh, the big reveal, here it comes.
Ta-da!
There you go. How about that? Isn't that just beautiful?
It looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Flatten that a
A
little
different
bit.
type of easel card. But remember, I've got to let you know about the book dies quickly. We've only got another, 5 minutes left on the show or thereabouts. This, I don't know whether it will be in the show this afternoon. And to be honest, it works so well with the storybook, the little book of 144 pages, because a lot of the pages in there, well, probably about a third of them, are stories. So that's perfect to use the smaller page die to cut those out. And then, of course, you can build up with maybe the adorable scoreable, the Matastic that's in the show, the different layers to create a book. You've even got the stand in there. This, I've just been told, is about to sell out any minute now. So if you do want it, not just for this collection, but for any type of card making, whether it's a christening, a Christmas book, it could be an Easter book, it could be a sympathy card, any type of book scenario can be created using these dies. And to get the stand to put them in as well, or for any of your cards, you can just rest them on the stand. I mean, if you struggle to display things to sell them, or you struggle to keep your cards standing upright on the window shelf, or indeed on the fire surround, then why not put them in a little stand like this? Maybe you've got collectibles like collectible postcards or anything like that that you want to kind of display in a cupboard or on a shelf. Then you can use that stand for all sorts. It's not just for the book. $19.99. I mean, it could be a little recipe book that you do. It could be, just a little note to say. It could be. It's an ornament at the end of the day as well as a card. So $19.99. You'll enjoy using that, and I'm sure if you do sell your cards, either for profit or for good causes, they're going to be really, really popular because they're quite unusual. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes left on the show. Remember, the main collection, we've got that for you today at a £10 discount. If you've just switched on, maybe you're just about to walk out the door to go to work or whatever, take your phone with you, order this on the website because the stock is going quickly. It's all about the Storybook Woods, okay? You've got 8 sheets of the toppers. Let me just show you the topper sheets as well, because that's always like the highlight. Oh, the book die's just gone. Congratulations. We'll try and get some more for later on in the afternoon, but it depends on whether Hunkydory have got any stock or not. We'll find out later. But if you've got the book die, congratulations. You get 2 of each of these, 8 sheets in total. The characters are gorgeous. You do get some of the verses and some of the stories in card toppers as well. And they feature, of course, in the little book too. Really gorgeous. And then there we go, look, you've got these oval and circular toppers as well. The characters you've got there, you've got the little squirrel, you've got the little rabbits with their little outfits on as well, especially you for a special friend, happy birthday, enjoy your day. So those are your toppers, and they're just adorable. Adorable characters that you associate with this time of the year. You've got your double-sided papers, and that, did you say they're 150 GSM?
I didn't, Dave. I don't know actually what they are.
But it's paper verging on cardstock. It's really heavy duty paper, really gorgeous quality. Then you've got your 8 sheets of printed and foiled, and then you've got your 8 sheets of printed as well as your inserts there as well to go in your cards. And don't forget, you do get the beautiful little book as well. Now, if I flick through these.
With the book, where the verses are and everything, and if you did get the book die and you want to do that, because you've got 6 of each, you can make that 6 times.
Yeah.
So and that's only 1 verse. So there's a verse for each of the characters. So you can make quite a few little books with those.
Absolutely. And the double-sided papers are 150 GSM. The inserts are 140, and the toppers and the cardstock 300.
I love the like the one you're looking at now, that you can put the deer and things, just add different characters.
Into the scenes.
Into the scenes.
So you've got the plain scenes to build up to tell a story.
And you could do a lot of decoupage with that as well.
You could. It's a really lovely book. There's the kind of conventional toppers. A few more scenes there, of course, as well. So yeah, you can have a lot of fun with these. So probably the first half of the book are conventional toppers, and then the rest of them are scenes and characters and little toppers and verses and pendants and that sort of thing. So it's a really different type of book from Hunkydory, and it's 144 sheets in there, only £9.99 if you want another one. It is included. So if you take the £9.99 off of the little book, it's like you're paying 20 quid for the complete card kit, which is amazing. So remember, it's a phone call away. It's a free phone number always from a landline or a mobile, 0800 001 4433. There's the details for the little book if you want another one. And remember, if you've already bought something, you pay no more P&P for the rest of the day up until midnight. From midnight to midnight, we just do one P&P per day, no matter how many things you order. And you know what it's like with us at HobbyMaker. We're always coming up with new surprises and throwing you little bits here and little bits there. And you're thinking, oh, I want that. It's only £3.99. Well, if you bought something already, it's £3.99 delivered, which is great. And that's what I think you love about the channel so much. Half the stock of the little book has now gone, and we've got obviously very busy afternoon shows to come. So we'll see if we can get any more stock of that as well. But if you want it, add it to your order. Lots of you buy one and have one as a collectible. Use one and use one as a collectible.
Yeah, keep one on the shelf to stroke.
Absolutely, yeah. Now the Matastic, remember this is a godsend. You might think, well, it's plain cardstock. Why is that a godsend? Because if you try and get colours to match with the colours that's in a kit, you may have got cardstock from lots of other companies and you can't find the right tone. Maybe you find that something clashes or jars. Now, here we go. Look, all those colours, again, just grab.
They're very soft colours as well. There's nothing harsh in there, so it completely coordinates with all of that collection.
All of the artwork, all those greens are perfect, the yellows are perfect, the brown tone's perfect as well. You get how many sheets? Was it 24 sheets, and that's 300 GSM, Matastic, so you can add your inks to it if you want to, £9.99. Now earlier, if you bought anything with us in the 6 o'clock show this morning between 6 and 7, we give you the chance to win your basket every morning between 6 and 7 during the weekdays, and I don't know what you bought, but the winner is Sylvia Sander.
Well
Sylvia.
done, Sylvia.
Nice one. I don't know what you bought, but we're paying for it, so you'll get that back as a credit on your account. So thank you for taking part in the show and thank you for buying. And there we are. We've rewarded you by giving you your basket back. How about that? And I think we'll do that again tomorrow. I'm not sure. Is it Ben tomorrow? I think it is Ben tomorrow with Good Morning HobbyMaker. We're back together this afternoon.
We are, yes.
Okay, so we've got lots more to show you, including the brilliant...
I'm back at 2 and 3.
Are you back at 2 and 3, yeah?
3?
And we've got the wonderful ombre mirror card, haven't we?
We have.
And another look at this as well.
If there's any left.
If there's any left. Okay. You can order in between shows if you want to. Feel free to order on the free phone number or the website hobbymaker.co.uk. We've got Sewing Street and Jewellery Maker on the way, depending on what you're watching, and I'll see you at 1 o'clock this afternoon.